Yeah, hi everybody. So you all can see my screen, right? Hello.
Yes, Avinash.
Yes, we can.
Okay, okay. So this is just a demo session where I will be walking you through this Salesforce Tableau CRM on a very basic level, and just give you a high level overview of what this particular product is all about in this Salesforce. So this Salesforce Tableau CRM, it was earlier known as Salesforce Einstein Analytics. It was rebranded in this very year to Salesforce Tableau CRM. So these are the contents we will be walking through. So the first part is the Salesforce journey in strategic acquisition of this Tableau CRM. So as I was saying, this particular thing of Einstein Analytics, it started way back in 2013. Okay, and it was initially known as Wave Analytics in 2014. That's the way it was firstly known as Wave Analytics. And slowly, of course, as it went on acquiring a few companies, or a few features of something, then it actually renamed itself. Like in 2017 it was known as Salesforce Einstein Analytics. And then of course in the year 2020 it actually we came to know this as Salesforce Tableau CRM. Okay, so that's the thing about the journey part. Now this was renamed as Salesforce Tableau CRM previous year in the year 2020. Okay, so what is this Salesforce Tableau CRM? It's a product of Salesforce. And just like we know that Salesforce is nothing but it's a cloud-based platform, similar to, because it's a product, it's also a cloud-based platform as well. And it's a rebranded analytics tool. Just I showed you in the previous slide, like it started way back in 2014 when it was known as Wave Analytics. And of course slowly and steadily, like in 2017 it came to be known as Einstein Analytics. And yeah, in the year 2020 we just get to know it as Salesforce Tableau CRM. Many people still now say it as Salesforce Einstein Analytics, which is fine. Okay, so Tableau CRM is used for data exploration, visualization, and getting insights for business. So being native of Salesforce, it's secure and scalable to meet the changing business requirement. So this is one advantage. So basically, whenever the business reaches its saturation point, there are a lot of changes which needs to be done, and just to ensure those things are being stored, and one can easily view what are the factors which can lead to further growth of those business. That is something which can be viewed through Salesforce Tableau CRM. So those are the things which Salesforce Tableau CRM can help you to exactly analyze some of the factors which can help for the regrowth of that business, or for further growth of that business. So in simple language, we can say it's an app which is used to visualize the activity occurring in our Salesforce environment. Okay, whatever activities we are doing, we can easily view it in Salesforce Tableau CRM. Now the question is why we need this Tableau CRM. So one of the main reason is that the quantity of data produced by industry has increased, and we have a variety of data flowing from various sources. So a lot of companies, they might be using some very different tools. Like from the very beginning of any project, they have been using certain tools like SAP, or Oracle, or you name it, any other stuffs. So those kind of tools, um, because of the features which are happening in Salesforce Tableau CRM, somehow they want to bring in those data and view it over here, Salesforce Tableau CRM. Now, one of the main challenges is that as the data increases, it becomes a bit difficult to actually, analyze properly the data. So this is something which is a bit easy to do it on Salesforce WCM compared to any other tools. And one great advantage is that, like, it doesn't matter whichever tool any organization has been using for the past few years, still we can actually pull in data. This is one of the great feature of the Salesforce WCM, that we can pull in data from external source as well. Now, organizations require efficient tools to analyze data in system and keep them safe. With large data, one cannot take risk making assumption, but should use tool for decision making. So whenever there's a large data, right, large database, one cannot make any assumptions. And for proper decision making, for properly analyzing what are the factors which can help for the business to grow, one definitely needs a thorough decision maker. And this is something which can be done through the Salesforce Tableau. It helps you to kind of make a proper decision. Okay, and it gives quick answer to the business question based on predictive analysis powered by AI. So whatever business question you have, okay, based upon its powerful feature of predictive analysis, which is done by Einstein Discovery, we can actually give quick answer. It can you know uh, give the proper answer at a very fast pace to whatever business question one possibly can have. Now, how does it work? Basically, as I told you, like one of the great advantages that it can be connected to any other external sources. So we can, if you are aware of the Salesforce reports and dashboard, it mostly works on that basis. It can just analyze any data and populate you the data on the dashboard. Salesforce knows that you don't have to limit yourself to Salesforce to use Tableau. As I was just saying earlier, we can connect with any other external source as well. Now, what are the benefits of this tool, Tableau CRM? It gives you an improved and accurate reporting. It gives you a valuable business insights, like as I was saying with the Einstein discovery part. It gives you a feeling of that competitive analysis. So basically, it goes through you can have a deep and thorough analysis towards some of the factors which might influence your business outcome. It provides a better data quality. So whatever data you have, to kind of view it on the dashboard, no matter how much old it might be, it kind of gives you a better view of the data quality. Identifying the market trends. So analyzing like what are the factors. So basically, when a business is spread across a wide geographic region, there could be certain factors, okay, which might be um, specific to certain regions which can help in growth of that particular industry. So industries are situated everywhere for a large business which is spread across a wide geographic area, but in different region different factors can play a big role in ensuring that there's a growth in that particular specific geographic region. So to analyze properly what are the factors which can help that business to grow, this is something which one can easily do through Salesforce Tableau CRM. Identify performance problem which needs attention. So there could be some problem which might need thorough attention, either through human beings. I mean, it's because there's a wide variety of data, and exactly looking at that point where which factors is actually leading to the downfall of that business is something which is a little bit difficult for any human to analyze because of that thorough huge data which we have, and the a huge dependency which we have in towards each other factors. So that is something through this tool we can easily identify those problems actually, and we can directly get into that particular problems which we have and come up with solution. Can be viewed visually using dashboard. This is of course a very good advantage. You can visually view anything on the dashboard. So on a high level, especially the high end customers who are there, or the high end management team, they can easily view the results over here instead of following some conventional process. They can easily view the results visually. Awareness of customer habits and increase customer satisfaction. Of course, it always wants the customer to be satisfied, and therefore it provides a beautiful view of the dashboard. So basically, we already have that feature of Salesforce reports and dashboard. So why we actually need this Tableau CRM? There are few demerits of, or rather some limitations of Salesforce reports and dashboard for which the Tableau CRM comes into picture. Like the reports and dashboard look and behave like Tableau, but provide very different functionality. And there are some limitations as well. It provides an instant snapshot of the metrics that matters to your business. So basically one can get an instant snapshot. Snapshot means exactly your recent data, exactly your reasons behind whatever is leading to the downfall at your present day. So there could be some of the reason which had led to a downfall in one particular day, to exactly know those reasons which led to the downfall or which led to a huge spike in business. Whatever reason is that, that snapshot you can easily get through this Tableau CRM. So it's nothing but your data scientist. Overall, we can actually mention this as a data scientist. It extends beyond reports and dashboard to give you all insights into your pipeline, end-to-end customer insight and historical analysis. So we can easily have that historical analysis like with the Einstein discovery to predict what are the future stuffs which can be done to meet the growing demand. So what are the limitations which we have? As I was saying earlier, whatever limitations you have on the Salesforce reports and dashboard, that is something which has been overcome by the Salesforce Tableau CRM. So these are the things which I have, like you can't use more than 5 formula fields in a report. You have more than 100 source reports columns, and if you want to use more than 4 related, it's not possible to do. Need more than 20 field filters, you can't do that. So these are some insufficiency which is there. You can't do this basically on the Salesforce reports and dashboard. Okay, so these are all the points which I have just written, and all these limitations is being taken advantage by this Salesforce Tableau CRM. So some of the common frequently asked question, especially when one hears about this Salesforce Tableau CRM, of course, the first few questions I've already addressed, like why we need that Salesforce Tableau CRM, what is the purpose of this learning, and how how important it could be in your career growth. What is the market trend right now of the Salesforce Tableau CRM? These are some of the basic questions, but on the technical side, definitely one when one is new, these are the things which one have in mind, how we access the Tableau CRM from Salesforce. So I will just show you right now. But yeah, these are the questions and how does Tableau CRM get the data. I will actually show you this two part in the very end. So there are mainly five main components of Tableau CRM. We have the app, dashboard, lens, data flow, and stories. So let me do one thing. Let me go back to my Salesforce org once, and I will just quickly show you. So this is my Salesforce org actually. Okay. So in my Salesforce org, if you have this app launcher. So once you select this app launcher, there's something called as Analytics Studio. Okay. So once you click over here, so you will be redirected to a separate tab. So now, as I was showing you, we have that question, how to run this app launcher in Salesforce. There will be a, of course, if that product is installed in that Salesforce org. So if we click over here, we will be redirected over here. Okay. Now, mainly we have the five components in this Tableau CRM. We have this app, dashboard, stories, lenses, dataset, and templates are nothing but some of the standard dashboards which is already provided, like whichever org you set up, some of the templates are already there for you to view. But mainly we have these five components: apps, dashboard, stories, lenses, and datasets. So, and another thing is how to upload. So there are different ways to upload data. So if you just click on this data set, so when you click on this data set, there are different ways, as I was showing you in this slide. How does Tableau CRM get the data? So there are definitely different ways. So one of the easiest way, like if you just want to upload some external data, so all these options you can actually do it from here. If you go to this create button and data set, you can actually upload whatever data you want to upload. Hmm. And coming back to this, so let us walk through this uh, part once, and then I will show you once on that Tableau CRM. So we mainly have these five main components: the app, the dashboard, lens, data flow, and stories. So app is nothing but it's like a folder. Okay, we can store multiple items, and similar to a way a Salesforce reports or dashboard folder functions, you share the app by username, role, and group with a different level of access. That is manager, editor, or viewer. It organizes data projects, run presentation directly from dashboard, and control asset sharing. So if I just go back to my Salesforce org again, so this is nothing but the app, and it's more of a folder. As you can see, the icon which is also there is more like a folder kind of a thing. So by default, you will always have these two folder: my private app, which is nothing but your private folder and you can view, and a shared app which is being shared across the organization. So once you go into that app, inside that, because it acts like a folder, whatever dashboard is there in that particular app or whatever lenses and data sets are there, you can easily view that. Okay. And you have this option of running the app as well as if you want to, let's say, share the app. Okay, so currently it's being for the entire organization of the Salesforce, or they can view it. Okay, and whoever is the integration user, they can manage it. So we have these three options actually: viewer, editor, and manager, as we were running over there. So there are different level of access we can give: manager, editor, or viewer. And we can share the app either by a user, role, and group. So if I just move over here, okay, so as you can see, this particular app, I can invite either a user, group, or role. So in Salesforce, we have this concept: user could be a one particular person, one particular individual with whom I'm sharing. A group could be, so there's a concept of group in Salesforce where some few users are being added, and if I want to share with that particular group, I can go for that. As well as I can go by role as well. So in whichever there's a role hierarchy which is there in Salesforce, so based upon that, to whichever uh, role I want to share this particular app, I can as well as do that. and the level of access, like whether I just want them to view the app, view all the stuffs which are there, but I don't want them to edit anything, then we go for this viewer. And if I want them to edit, okay, then of course I can go for editor. Manager and editor mostly are same. It's just that in manager you have a little bit extra access, like you can rename the whole app, you can rename certain stuffs in your dashboard, and you can help others to uh, you know give other access as well. So these are some extra things which a manager, if you have that manager access, you can do it, but otherwise more or less this to have same level of access only. Fine. So this is the thing about the app. And going forward, we have this dashboard. So it's nothing but a curated set of charts, metrics, and tables that give an interactive view of your business data. It's where user explore and analyze widgets. Okay. Then we have the lens. It's a visualization of data in a data set. You use the lens to explore data graphically and to build queries for a dashboard. It's more of like a Salesforce report that sits behind a dashboard, but the difference is that in Tableau CRM, a dashboard does not use a lens as the data source, and dashboard widget can be explored as a lens by user. It can store into app for future usage, including store into my private app. And data flow is nothing but a chain of connected nodes for data transformation. To build data sets, ideally, you should start with getting data for transformation, either from existing Einstein Analytics dataset or from Salesforce object or from external data. And stories are nothing but it's related to Einstein discovery. Okay, where you can, as I was saying, it's a data scientist, like whatever historical trends is there to analyze and to view the future predictions. This is something which is done by uh, this particular thing, stories. So moving ahead, I will just give you a sample demo of few dashboards maybe, and then we will come back to the future. So let us just walk through a few of the things in this Salesforce Tableau CRM. So, once you go to this Salesforce Tableau CRM, so as I was saying, you can either click on this app launcher and you can view it, Analytics Studio, or another thing is that you can just write Analytics over here. So once you click on Analytics, it will redirect to your separate tab. So we have different kind of tabs, right, in Salesforce. So you can view it in the Salesforce side itself in this Analytics tab. The same thing which we are viewing now in the uh, app launch, that one, sorry, Analytics Studio. Okay. So but you, when you click on Analytics Studio, it will redirect to a different page. And as I was showing you here, you have all the options in all items. You can see what are the apps which you have. It's nothing but a folder. And inside the app, of course, I can view whatever things are loaded into that particular folder. And one more thing is that do ensure that whenever, because see, right now I'm able to view this Analytics Studio. The reason being, there's a few permission sets which are required. So you definitely need to have this permission set license assignment, that is Tableau CRM Plus. So if you are not able to view that Analytics Studio in that app launcher, one of the reason, if definitely that product needs to be installed, of course, in that Salesforce app. But if even if it's installed, if you're not able to view, the main reason is this: you need to have this permission set license assignment Tableau CRM Plus, and this permission set assignment Tableau CRM Plus admin. These are the main two which is definitely needed. And there are a lot of dashboards one can walk through. Okay, I currently have a lot of dashboard to walk through maybe, but yeah, I can definitely take up one or two maybe examples uh, to kind of give you an overview of how this dashboard kind of thing works. So as I was saying, dashboard gives you basically just 1 minute. Yeah. So dashboard, like one of the dashboard which I have over here, it's yeah, let it load.
Sir, till then, can I ask you one question?
Yeah, yeah, sure, please go ahead.
Rohit, yes, Rohit ji. Sir, I have tried to create
Hmm.
one dashboard, but I am not able to save that dashboard.
Okay.
Yes, means how to save that dashboard? Please tell me.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So basically, in the dashboard, you have this option of sharing. So if you click on this share, okay. So basically, like whichever user you want to share or group you want to share, you can just do it over here. Okay. And other than this, if you want to, so there are different ways of sharing. And if you want to get, let's say, the URL, if you want to get that URL of that dashboard, and if you want the user to kind of view it, then you can just simply copy this URL and do it. Or there's another ways you can download as image as well. Okay, sometimes you get the option of downloading as CSV, and you can share it. So there are different ways of sharing. Ideally, I think if in your Salesforce, or if you want to share it, you can do it from here. You just need to click on this share button, and you can continue. Fine. Okay, but coming back over here in this dashboard part, so there are two things which we have. Like, this is an opportunity view and account view. So this is the toggle which I have. So as you can see, once I'm on opportunity view, I can view all the opportunity. And the same thing, if I go to my account, okay, here I can view the accounts. Okay, so if I just, if you want to further view like what are the account name, okay, and all, you can actually do it over here. So it's more of a point and click functionality. You can just have a deep view in that particular pop-up which is coming up. So this is one thing, a toggle where in the same dashboard I can view what are my opportunities and accounts. This is a very simple dashboard. And then if there's another dashboard which was already built when I just opened that Trailhead account. So like these are the ways dashboards are built. Like, you have some opportunity filters over here. So basically at the top you always have the headings and all, the image and all. And some of the key metrics, like for this worldwide fundraising, these are the key metrics which the high level management always wants to know: the total donation, the average win rate. And then you have the filters part. Usually these kind of things can be there at the top as well. And just selecting on the filter, like let's say you want to view the opportunity owner. Let's say you want to view Dennis Howard. Okay, and if you just click on this apply, if you just filter by that, it will give you the total donation of this particular owner. Okay, then you can select the amount, like if there's an amount range which you have. Okay, so right now it's showing for that. And the close date, so let's say you want to view certain close date. Let's say you want to view for this year, current year. Okay, then you can do that. So currently we don't have any result for the current year, so maybe we can try for previous year maybe. So right now I don't have data, that's why it's not coming up. But yeah, this is the way one can apply the selectors. And let's say if I have want to view the billing country of a particular country, let's say this first three: Australia, Belgium, and Brazil. So I can do that. Okay, so I don't have data for this country, that's why it's not showing up. But yeah, once I selected others like this one, Germany and Denmark, as you can see, I have data for that, for this particular opportunity owner, that is Dennis Howard. Okay, so as you can see, once I clicked over here, whatever the key metrics all are getting changed. Okay, so what the key metrics for this particular filter selection which is being done, we are able to do that. And it gives you the goal attainment. Okay, this is the way the chart is built. What are the cumulative donation which is happening, and this is more of a dashboard. Okay, the dashboard table. So in the dashboard table you can easily view, like you have selected the filters, Dennis Howard is giving you that one. And whatever amount, so the range which you have selected, right, if you observe, that is based on that range only. Okay, and of course the close date, if you selected, or if you want to view for certain close date, uh, so either you can select from here. Okay, and or you can go for custom as well. So let's say if you want to view for a particular year, like here, let's say I want to view from 2015 to 17. If I click on apply, I can do that as well. So from 2015 to 2017, whatever data is there for close date, I can view that. So different ways of viewing it. And this is the pipeline. And one thing, if you have observed, if I click on this tab, it's basically populating that things which are there under. If I click over here, I can minimize that as well. So just like this one, when I clicked over here, as you can see, the donation got minimized, the leadership got expanded. So in the leadership, I can see what are my top account owners. Like currently it's only for Dennis Howard, which is giving me an overview. But yeah, once I remove that filter, I can view for all as well. So yeah, this is the thing, the top account owners. And this is the pipeline. So when I was clicking on donations, this is coming up. For leaderboard, this is popping up. So these are different stuffs which you can always play around in the dashboard, depending upon the requirement. Okay, and if you want, you can present it as a whole screen. Once you click on this present, you can view it as a whole screen. and the sharing option, of course, just now I told you. And if you want to share some annotations or something, you can always do that. You can clone this particular dashboard. Let's say it's a dashboard and you want to do some work around, but if you don't want to touch that original one, you can always clone and make some changes if required. Okay, then you have something called the version history. So in an organization, whoever works on that particular dashboard, let's say, as a version history, you can actually check who are the people who have done some work in that particular stuffs. Yeah, print preview, everything is there as well. And similarly, there are other things like I have this opportunity dashboard. So from here also, as I was saying, mainly, at the top you always have the images and the headings, and here you mostly have the KPIs at the top, and mostly then the filter parts comes into picture. Like let's say for account name, I want to select something. Okay, I have selected the first one, about 358. So if I just select, and based upon that selection, you can see the charts get changed. So based upon this account name, it's giving me, for this account name, what is the amount by industry which I have, and what are the amount by opportunity which I have, what are the amount by state which I can have. Okay, so if I just click over here like show details, it will actually give me an overview of that particular table. Okay, so if I click on hide details, it will just hide the table. So these are the ways which we can achieve different functionality. Then what are the stages, what is that particular stage for this particular account, and what are the product family which I have. Okay, so all these things one can view. So if I make again some change over here, let's say I want to view for let's say this one, Canon 121. Okay, and let me deselect this one. So once I click for Canon, it will give me information of that Canon. Okay, so there are some different ways of building dashboard, a lot of dashboards we can build in this manner. Okay, then let's say for account type ID, like let's say if I click all over here, and for the account ID type, let's say if I just want to view for customer. Okay, then easily I can do that. So based upon that selection, as you can see, this whole thing is changing. Fine. So this is more of a map chart which we have. This is a bar chart kind of a thing. So there are different charts which we have. Okay, and we can actually view that over here. And coming, this was more of a dashboard kind of a thing. And as I was walking you through, let me go through the lens is nothing but what to say, whatever changes you are making, that ultimately gets stored. So whatever data you are pulling up, so that ultimately gets stored somewhere. And if you just want to do some further analysis, like uh, the sum of amount which you want to view. Okay, and you want to view that sum of amount based on the stages and the opportunity name, one can easily do that as a chart over here. So this is more kind of a analysis which one wants to do before you, anyhow that analysis you can do on the dashboard side as well. But dashboard is nothing but a collection of all the lenses only. So whatever things you want to do before building the dashboard, if you want to just view if the records are correct or not, you can do it over in the lens. Okay, so this was about the lens part. And the data set is like whatever um, things you are pulling up, okay, from any external source. So those things ultimately get registered as a data set, and that you can view over here. So I don't have some recent data, maybe. Yeah, so whatever things you have edited or made changes, ultimately if you want to view those data, that you can view in the data set. And of course, if I make some transformation over here, let's say I'm grouping by bars and all. Okay, so this becomes a lens then. So then in that data set only, if I further drill down upon the bars and everything, this gets there as a lens, and we can always save those lens. So for future purpose, if I want to save that, I can always do that by clicking on that save. Fine. And other than this, we have the stories part. Like basically whatever things you have, as I was saying you, this is more of a prediction analysis which the Einstein does. This is on a Einstein discovery part. So I already had some data over here. Let's say for Titanic, these were the variable name which were there for the Titanic part. And based upon this variable, what is the correlation is nothing but describes the statistical association between variables. So how much each variable is dependent on each other, that is something. So this is not created by me at all. This is something which is created by Einstein discovery. I don't have any role over here to play. Like if you see the dashboard and all, definitely this is something which is being always built by the developer. But as far as the analysis is concerned, this is completely done by the Einstein only. So when does this is not a dashboard actually, mind you, this is just a predictive analysis portion, where it gives you the whole information, like if I want to know how the survived can be maximized, so the percentage of survival, how data can be maximized, those reasons are being put in over here. So based upon different factors, what could be the factor, and what could be the gender of that person, one can have the maximum a probability of surviving. All this information are being provided, the top insights and all. Okay, and you can further drill down to this. So when the age lies in a particular range, and when the gender is male, how does it perform better and all. So all these things are being popped up over here. So this whole thing is done by Einstein discovery. As I was saying, it's known as a data scientist. This whole thing is done and provided the information. So they do an historical analysis, and based on that, they kind of give you a high level overview. As I was saying, right, there could be many factors, many reasons why a business is upgrading or downgrading, or not properly running in a manner. So all this thing one can view actually over here in the Einstein discovery portion. And the next part, if you just click on this gear icon, you have some. Okay, right now I'm not able to open this gear icon, but in this gear icon, one things comes up where you can select the data manager, or you can either do it from here as well. If you click on this data manager, you will be redirected to this thing. So we have something called as data flow and recipes. So just wanted to tell you one thing, that Einstein, this Salesforce Tableau CRM or Salesforce Einstein, it follows an ETL approach. Okay, so what is the full form of ETL? ETL means nothing but extract, transform, and load. So the first thing it does is extract the data, and it can extract data from different. Oh, so one of the way which I showed you, you can either directly pull in data, like if you click on this create data set, you can pull in data from your CSV or Salesforce data. And if you want to do it from an external source, usually we go to this data manager. If you go to this connect, so as you can see, when it's SFDC local, it's pulling the data from my local Salesforce log where the Einstein tab Einstein is being installed. And if this is my external log, these two are my external Salesforce log. From there, if I want to pull in data, I can do it from here. And other than this, there are different ways. So there are different other connections as well. Like if you just click on this connect to data, okay, definitely you can do it from your Salesforce. Like I used have clicked on this one, Salesforce example. That's why you can see the Salesforce demo and Canada sales. But yeah, if you want to do it from others like Google BigQuery, Windows Azure, if you want to pull in from Oracle, as I was saying, right, Snowflake. So there could be different organizations who might be using certain tools, SAP HANA. So all those data, if you want to view it on Salesforce Tableau CRM, that gives you that option. So from here you can always do it. Okay, you have MuleSoft connections as well. So like MySQL or Oracle, if you want to go through, you can bring in data from anywhere. This is one of the way. And after that, if you want to make some transformation, I was saying E means extract. Extract means you are just pulling in data from somewhere. And next part is transformation. So once I pull in the data, no, if there are certain transformation which I want to do, so either you can pull in data and directly view, but if you want to do certain transformation in that particular data, that is something which you can do through this Einstein, this data flow. Okay, so data flows and recipes both helps you to transform the data, make some changes depending upon the business requirement. One can do those changes. Okay, so there are a lot of nodes which are there. So simply, like if I like here, I have pulled in certain data, and I have done certain filtering. This is a very simple thing, like the industry is equal to agriculture. So depending upon filtering, I then registered it. Okay. Similarly, a lot of functionality can be achieved. Like this is another one where I am just loading the cases which are their accounts, and like I am just adding a compute expression where I'm calculating the each record which is there, giving them a one, and then I'm pulling the accounts, and based upon the accounts and cases, I'm just pulled based upon the accounts, I'm just pulling in the cases. So in that cases, you already have this account ID key which helps you to map with the records of account, and then I'm finally registering it. So there are a lot of transformation node. Like if you come over here, we have the SFDC digest. So digest is nothing but helps you to pull in the data. As SFDC digest is like pulling in data from your local Salesforce org. So in the Salesforce org where you have the Tableau CRM loaded, from there only you can pull in through this SFDC digest. Then we have the digest node. Like if you want to pull in data from other orgs, okay, like other Salesforce org or other external orgs, then we usually go for this digest one. fine. And edge mart means nothing but you already have some data set registered. So basically there could be some other data flows which ran, and maybe some data set are already registered. Now if you want to, or if you want to, pull in some CSV file, like as I showed you. So that CSV file, when it get registered as a data set, if you want to pull in those data set, we go for this edge mart. Okay. Append is like mode of connecting it. So if you have, let's say, two CSV file, and if you just want to connect all the columns, the common columns and some extra columns which are there, we go for this append one. Augment is like, what to say, it's more of a join kind of a thing. Like if you have, let's say, a Venn diagram, so let's say there are two circles over there. So based upon the requirement, like what are the common things, so based upon, so as I was showing you here, so based upon certain keys, okay, whatever the common informations are there, common fields, which based upon that key, whatever common fields can be pulled in, you can do it through this augment. Okay. And you have the compute expression. So a lot of compute expression can be written. You have this case when and all these things. Okay, so those things can be written in the compute expression. So once you click on the compute expression, there are different ways, like, you can have the type as text, numeric, or date. So based upon that, one side, the SQL expression. Okay, so SQL is nothing but Salesforce Analytics query language. Oh, this is the language which mostly Analytics understand. So this is something you can do over here, and you can make the compute expression. You have the compute relative, then you have, the dimension to measure node. If you want to convert certain dimension to measure, you can do that. Then you have the flattened node. So anyways, I can walk through details at a later stage maybe, but on a high level, I just wanted to show you the different components, node components, which we have. And similar to this, you can also make transformation in the recipes. So in the recipes also, so just like in the Salesforce, we have this classic and lightning view, right? So lightning gives you a very proper view, and classic is more of like an old version. So recipe is more or less everything you can do on the data flow, but recipe also gives you a better look and feel kind of a thing. And certain transformation mostly related to date, one can easily do on the recipe side. So recipe also, you have a lot of transformation which you can do. Okay, like you have the join over here, you can transform certain things, filter certain things. Okay, so there will be different ways to kind of build that, but ultimately both kind of helps you in transformation. Currently we used mostly the data flows, but yeah, recipe is also like progressing, and a lot of functionalities are taking place, so you can make use of the recipe as well. So mostly data flows and recipe helps you for transforming the data. Okay, so ETL, extract, is like your pulling in data from connect or CSV file or whatever. Then transformation you do on the data flow recipes, and then loading the data. So L is load. So load is nothing the end result which you are viewing. So whatever data set you are registering over here, let's say account with cases. If I want to see these data which I have transformed, so if you just search it over here, okay, you can just view those data set. This is the end result which you are viewing, and these things you can populate in the dashboard section. Okay, so this was mostly about this part. And coming back to the future, this is also an important question, like why I should invest time, isn't it? Like why should I invest time in learning it? That's always a main question. There are so many things to learn. Why should I invest time? So this is the thing, like it continues for further integrated with Salesforce and Einstein. Like as I was saying, or it was known as Einstein, but recently, it acquired certain features of that Tableau, and that's why it renamed as Tableau CRM. So a lot of things you can do, and definitely I've been uh, observing as well that currently there could be a great future for this. A lot of enhancement has been done on this product, Einstein Analytics, and with the discovery part coming into picture, like definitely it's booming actually in the market currently because of that whole analysis, predictive analysis, which is giving you. It will really help a lot of projects actually. So definitely, currently looking at the current scenario, definitely it seems to be a great product to learn. It could have a great impact to any industry. Definitely, slowly and steadily, many organizations are kind of taking this up as well. So if you want to create a Salesforce Tableau CRM, you can always do it in this particular link. So basically, as I was saying, your Tableau CRM is nothing but a product which needs to be there in your Salesforce org. So on the practical side, like whenever any organization set up their org, they have to purchase it. But yeah, just for your understanding, just for practice purpose, Salesforce gives you a free org as well. So if you just click over here, developer.salesforce.com is anyhow a common org, a common, or I mean, if you want to create a developer org, you have to kind of do it over here, developer.salesforce.com. And if you just write over there, add this extension, uh, slash promotion slash org slash analytics uh, hyphen de, then you can actually create your free Salesforce Tableau CRM org, okay, and you can practice over there. So yeah, this was mainly about this demo session. I just wanted to give you a high level overview about this whole tool Tableau CRM, what are the features which we have, and what are the things which you can do, what are the future and all. So yeah, that's it from my side. I don't have anything else. If we can make it a Q&A session now. So if you have any question which you want to ask, we can utilize this time right now.
Hello, sir. This is Rohit. Sir,
Hi, Rohit.
my question is, what is embedded analytics in Tableau CRM?
Embedded analytics, right?
Yes, in Tableau CRM.
Embedded analytics is nothing but like whatever analysis which you are doing. Okay, so that analysis, if you just want to view it on this Salesforce Tableau CRM, so it's like certain things which just got embedded, some analysis which is already being done. If you want to view it over here in the Salesforce Tableau CRM, so that is like known as the embedded analytics. Just like we are pulling in data from different orgs and all. In that
Okay.
way, we can actually view that embedded analytics over here. I
Sir,
don't have a complete picture actually for that. If you want, I
okay.
can actually tell you later as well. But yeah, on a high level, this is what I know. Hmm.
Okay, means I have searched that it is related to embedded dashboard something. So means is it
Embedded
possible
dashboard.
to yes, is it possible on Tableau CRM to embedded all the
Mhm.
dashboards in or to combine or to collect all the dashboard?
Yes, of course, of course. You have that option of combining. Actually, whatever what happens is that this is, let's say, a dashboard. Okay, so the thing is that I have so many dashboards over here, right? So actually, this dashboard, okay, what is happening in the back end? So once you're in this dashboard, and if you press Control E, right, you can actually get to know what is happening in the back end. So this is more like of a coding which is being done on the back end. Okay, so on this back end only, if you want to embed something, you can do it over here itself. Okay, so if I want to like embed all these things, that is something you just need to press Control E, where it will give you the coding which is being there happening in the backend, and based on that you can actually embed as well. So that is something which we have to do it over here. Okay, so as you can see, all the information, like what are the data sets I'm putting in. Okay, and what are the measures and all, I'm having it over here. Okay, so yeah, everywhere, if you just press Control E, what is exactly happening in the back end, how things are getting loaded and all, you can view it. And like here also, like as I was saying, you are just pulling in certain charts and all. If you want to explore, okay, like what is exactly that data sets and all, so if you just click on explore, you will be able to view it. Okay, what is happening, and this records which you are seeing right over here, you can actually view it on the back end. Like if you just go to this query mode, you can actually know like what is the logic which is happening. Like I'm just loading a data set, okay, then I'm grouping by name. As you can see, I'm grouping by name over here. Then I'm generating it, the name I'm generating as name, and the sum of amount generating as sum of amount. Okay, so again, if I click back over here, that thing which is happening right in the backend, you can view it over here. And of course, if you go back to the chart, that is the chart which you are viewing. So this is a visual representation, but how exactly things are happening in the backend, you can always view that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Good morning, sir. This is Kumar. Sir, is there any
Hi.
difference between Tableau CRM and Tableau, sir?
Yeah, of course, there's a whole lot of a difference. Tableau is a completely separate. I mean, Tableau is basically what to say, the product. Okay, you have a lot of things over there, Tableau desktop, and other stuffs as well. Now, this Tableau CRM is nothing but is related to Salesforce. So this Salesforce org which we have, there are certain features of Tableau which is being embedded in this. Uh, Tableau CRM. Okay, so that's why earlier it was known as Einstein Analytics. So those features you will be able to view. So Tableau is what to say, a whole thing which is there, and Tableau CRM is just a few components which are being they're taken from that Tableau and which are being utilized over here. So Tableau is a whole different product which is there. It's a whole different learning, and Tableau CRM is just restricted to Salesforce. So anybody who is working on Salesforce, this is just one of the features which we have in Salesforce. Like I mainly have been working on the Salesforce technology only. So in the Salesforce technology, this is one particular product which we are having, Tableau CRM, and Tableau CRM is, you can say, a subset of that Tableau. So Tableau is a whole picture which is there. There's a different thing, and certain features which are being acquired by Salesforce, that is you are viewing in the Salesforce Tableau CRM.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Hi, sir, this is Praveen.
Hi, hi.
So, yeah, can we make a dashboard directly from the Salesforce data, like without loading data into the data set or data flow?
So the thing is that whenever you're loading the data, right? Okay, so you have to register as a data set. So if you see, these dashboards are nothing but a collection of what to say widgets, charts, and everything, right? Okay, so definitely you can actually bring in the data. Okay,
Yes.
let's say you have certain data, right, in your local Salesforce log. You just click on this node. Okay, you just click on this node. Okay, you just bring in the data. Let's say you want to bring in, for example, let's say account. Okay, so if I click on account, okay, if I create it, okay, after creating, you have to register it as a data set. So once you register, no, now that data set you can directly pull in the dashboard. Okay, so I think I have done this somewhere. Yeah, like this one only. If you see, I have this account, right? I am pulling from SFDC local the account, and if I just simply bring in a register note, okay, and if I just after this one, if I just register that with a name, let's say account, then that one I can directly now pull in on the dashboard.
Okay.
So here you're not doing any transformation. You're just bringing one data from your local Salesforce log and you're just registering. Registering nothing but it helps you to save in that memory, and from that particular thing you can bring it directly in the dashboard.
Okay, sir. I got it.
Okay, any further question anybody want to ask? Okay. So if there is no other question, I think we are good to close then, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody. So Thiru, let us stop the session over here. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and yeah, if possible,